Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The media chart by Wike yesterday has started triggering a lot of reactions across border. This time around, you're going to hear the position of Arise News top analyst talking about Dr. Abati. He took out time to drag out Wike over the insult meted out to multiple persons and send a warning to Bola Tinubu. Let me allow you watch the movement and get to hear exactly his explanation about the hubris. The hubris of Wike. I don't know what that means, but we will get to know more. Let's dive into it.
What Rufai is trying to explain to you in the literature is called religious syncretism, and it is represented by the African Church in Nigeria, where they mix one form of Christianity with another form of religion and belief in God, which has been well explained in the literature. But let me come from a dramaturgical point of view. When we teach students dramaturgy, we talk about flaw of character as a major trope in tragic stories. It's called either amasia or hubris. I think what we're dealing with regard to Nyesom Wike is hubris. Hubris, which relates to his own character. Now, let me start with Rotimi Amechi. He says Rotimi Amechi is hungry for power. He could not deliver 10% for Atiku in the 2023 election. He could not address hunger while he was a minister or while he was a governor. Now, there's a basic principle in human relationships about your relationship with your bosses. I think that Nyesom Wike is very rude, disrespectful, because Rotimi Amechi is his boss in politics. When he was local government chairman, or was he councillor, during Amechi's second term, it was Rotimi Amechi that helped him to become local government chairman at Obio Apo local government area. He subsequently became chief of staff to Rotimi Amechi. It was Rotimi Amechi that recommended him to become a Minister of State for Education in Abuja. So he talks this carelessly about his former boss. I think it's disrespectful. I think it speaks to his character. Number two, this same Nyesom Wike still talking about this hubris. The theory is this. People can double check it. You know, has also abused Peter Odili, Sir Peter Odili, an elder statesman. He has said publicly that Peter Odili does not qualify to be an elder. This is the same man that he was taken to by Mama Peace, Dr. Patience Jonathan, to help him to become governor. There is no name he has not called Dr. Peter Odili and his wife. He even referred to him as one man and his wife as one woman. This is a statement about character. This same Nyesom Wike says he's fighting for President Jonathan, and that there's nobody in PDP that can stop him, not even Chief Olabode George, whom we refer to as a ground rent debtor. So who will Nyesom Wike not insult? Senator John Mbata, who was his godfather at a point, he insulted him too. And he has shown signal that he's also going to insult President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In that interview, he pointed out that if he had known that President Tinubu was going to declare a state of emergency in Rivers, he would have offered a different kind of advice. That's already a signal to President Tinubu to know that this man you are dealing with is only interested in his own interests, permanent interests, not permanent friends. And so President Tinubu should beware, because tomorrow he will abuse this same President Tinubu. He says nobody can touch him in PDP. Okay, what does that mean? He is saying that, yes, it's possible for a man to be everywhere as long as his personal interest is involved. So these are the questions to be raised about the hubris of Nyesom Wike. I think that is the major issue. That is the story. That is the story. Now, as for...
All right, welcome back. You have seen how he took out time to tell Nigerians what Wike had done and why Bola Tinubu needs to be careful of Wike, because what he has made it out to others that he would do same. At least Wike give an inkling that if Bola Tinubu had called him that he was going to declare state of emergency, that he wouldn't have allowed it, which means he would have given a contrary opinion, which may have turned out to be whatever it would have been. But then, he made a statement about the hubris of Wike. I need to investigate that word first before we start talking about it. But first of all, my colleague is in the house. What's your standpoint on the fact that Dr. Abati has told Nigerians and those who care to listen the truth? A man who does not respect anyone who had handheld him at any time. The only thing he looks at is his personal interest. What's your standpoint on this?
Well, if you have been following our channel for a while now, you discover that all of this that Dr. Ruben Abati has said, we've always been saying it in this platform. Sometimes some of the Wike followers of Wike supporters will make it look as if we single him out.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not true. We have over time observed his character and his attitude, and he is not actually hiding his attitude. He has said it all that the difference between him and other politicians that he dares them. Yeah. He steps on their toes. He wants them to react. And he has dared his elders. This is a man who has no respect for his elders. Political elders notwithstanding. Just a little of his medicine that Fubara gave him, a little,
of
not
his
much,
own medicine,
just small. Obele, ekpere, small, bere, very tiny. It's not much. He has reacted how he cried. He watched the video. They gave him hubris. He could not bear it. But he has been giving it back to back. Imagine what Wike will say about a man who had held him in politics. Without the likes of Rotimi Amechi. When Rotimi was a governor, who was Wike?
Do you understand?
We could go. Just don't take my word for it. Search the internet. It's everywhere. Look at Peter Obi. It's because Peter Obi literally respects himself. There was a picture, it's over the internet, over the internet, where Wike literally put his head on his leg to greet Peter Obi. He was wearing slippers because Peter Obi had been a big boy even while Wike was a motor packed out. But all of a sudden, the same cane that was used to flog the first wife is being hung, waiting for the next wife. It has not been thrown away. Just like Dr. Ruben Abati said, if the day Bola Tinubu will misfire and he checks there's no more power around Bola Tinubu, everything that has taken place in Aso Rock, the Nigerians did not know. We will hear it all. All of them. How he begged, how he was confused during the protest that took place in Abuja. How it was only him that saved the day. That in fact, all of it. We're just bidding his time because right now he's the organ now that he's listening to. Mm-hmm. But I personally also believe that Bola Tinubu is not stupid. He's also observing. You that you emerged, you have no regard for all your elders. Everybody's your mate. I know the reason why you have a regard for me is because why? I'm the one in charge. I know the day I lose it, you will give it to me water. So I believe that Bola Tinubu, having also been a veteran to himself, we also keep some checks on him.
But don't you think that age is telling on Bola Tinubu? He may not be putting those necessary checks.
I would not think so. Don't forget that he has the likes of Sheyi, his son, also observing. Don't also forget
that one is an amateur in
that
politics.
Is why he has put around himself his true loyalists who have been with him all through. If you watch the last encounter I had with Sanwo-Olu, you just know that there's a little friction between him and Sanwo-Olu, where he greeted every other person, but he pretended not to have seen Sanwo-Olu. It clearly shows that there's something going on between the two of them, but he will address it soon. Once a veteran, always a veteran. No matter how slow, somebody will say, "Oh, soldier never dies." because one, that spirit of war still in him one way or the other. There's some moves you still make. He will say, I've seen this movie in 1444, and this was what it led to. And that's the beauty of experience. But whatever the case is, Wike knows he has stepped on too many souls that he wouldn't want to make an enemy yet of Bola Tinubu. Yeah. So he's going to bid his time. But whatever time is bidding, you should also not forget that there's still some enemies at the background waiting to drag him down. And I can tell you for free, the day anyone will successfully bring down Wike, the whole rivers would jubilate. And even some of his followers are following him not because they love to, yes, but because they have discovered that he can be ruthless if you step on his toes. And that's why they are scared of him and following him fearfully. Look at Speaker. They are suspended a whole speaker. You are happy being suspended. Him as a minister, he's collecting salary. He's collecting so much accolades for performance. You that is an elected person, you just have 2 more years to go. And they tell you, relax, don't worry. And you're doing don't worry, you're staying back. Your name is if you look into the heart of Martin Amewele, genuinely, he's not happy. Why should I be suspended in my time?
Because I know that if Martin Amewele had accepted that budget at first,
why all of them will be smiling?
The budget and all of that, everybody will be smiling now because that's the essence of this whole thing.
Is that not what you usually preach? And all of a sudden, you reach your own turn, December. And everything, it is my own. It is not nice. But then again, like Dr. Abati has said, the hubris of all of this.
Well, we'll talk more about the hubris thing, but let's leave our people to comment on the comment section. What's your standpoint on what Abati has pointed out? Do you think there's any iota of truth in this?